Welcome, friends. Welcome to another edition of Industry Partner Tuesdays. On this special occasion, on this special show, we have a buddy of mine, a friend of mine that we have been talking for the past few months, talking about leads. We work around leads, and I wanted to have him today in the studio so we can talk. He's the expert on leads acquisition and a bunch of stuff more that
referral partnerships.
He's gonna be introducing you in a second. Let me introduce my guest. My guest is from Maverick Media Labs. His name is Gilberto Rosas. Gilberto, en español, Gilberto Rosas. Gilberto. So his name is Gilberto Rosas. I'm going to introduce you. How you doing, Gilberto?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show here.
Awesome, man. And I wanted to bring you today so that way we can discuss what is it that you do. So my audience through Morflix Media, Morflix on all the apps. Remember, we're in Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, iTunes Video. This is all gonna be posted on Industry Partner Tuesdays. So we're gonna be rolling it out in all social media so that way people understand more about your business. What do you do? Give me a little bit of background on you so my audience and the people watching this on Morflix can know about you and know where you're from. Tell me what's going on, Gilberto.
Yeah, definitely. My name is Gilberto Rosas, and my company is Maverick Media Lab, and what we specialize in is helping lenders across the U.S. with growing their referral partnerships. So literally for the last 7 years, that's literally all we've done is just help lenders across the U.S. with, reaching out to real estate agents, reaching out for them so we can book them appointments with, potential realtor partners and even financial advisors, CPAs, divorce attorneys, trust attorneys, all different types of potential referral partners. Oh,
that's excellent to know, because I wanted to talk to you about, because we are doing the loan originator part. So and I did hire you to so that way we can recruit loan originators. That's working fairly well, although I had to get a little bit more committed on calling these people and so on and so forward. And I also I wanted to talk to you about trying to bring realtors. And now that you mentioned attorneys, I just had an attorney, a client, a prospect, came here about a week or so ago. And he sat down with me, we spoke, and that attorney, he told me he's doing about 10 divorces or something like that per month, including houses and properties and whatnot. And I told him, hey, send me, if they got to refinance to get out, send them to me. And I'm a realtor as well. So if they want to sell, they need to sell by court order, send them to me. So that's a really huge potential referral partner. And most likely we'll get to talk about that, once we find out about the loan origination part. And I wanted to talk to you about possibly hitting attorneys, getting to refer attorneys.
Attorneys is really good. Like recently what we've noticed is some of our clients will only have us reach out to divorce attorneys. Like we have, I think 4 right now that we only reach out to divorce attorneys. And the reason I'm just seeing as the recent economic situation, there tends to be more divorces. So we've noticed that's been a really good avenue. It's a really good source of refinances. They're usually not that rate sensitive. So it's a really good referral partnership.
Oh, well, definitely. We're going to be talking about it in the next few weeks or so. Once we see what's going on with the loan originators campaign that we have running, and because that could be an excellent, at least, and whenever somebody like me wants to look for a referral partner, in this case an attorney, how far do you look for the entire state, the city, the county? How's that works?
Yeah, so typically what we do is I usually prefer to do statewide, because the more of a wider net that we have, the more that we can get more appointments, right? So if we only do in a rural area, it's super small, there's only a couple of divorce attorneys there, right? But if we do it the entire state, that usually brings us more
leads.
More appointments, right? So we usually start off local, and then what we do is we expand out from there. So we broaden the radius and get more people that way.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean I didn't even know that was possible until you mentioned it now, so it's good to know.
Yeah.
Because so it happens that last Friday, I had an attorney sitting here, and he's doing about. Well, he told me 10 houses. I think he's doing more divorces, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
It sounded like 10 related to real estate, to properties where people had to sell, refinance, the wife takes over, the husband. But I think he's doing probably way more than that. So it's definitely.
I think they all are right now.
Yeah, I think so. So how do you tell me? How do you give me a little bit background? What you used to do before, or how you
definitely.
Give me a little bit of background on you.
Yeah, definitely. So before I started my agency, I actually used to work at another agency during like my college years, and that was really where I learned everything around like building a marketing agency, where I learned my skill set. It was really the kind of like where I built my entire skill set. I learned about like Facebook ads. I learned about like prospecting, how to generate appointments, leads, all this kind of stuff is where I learned. And I had a really good mentor there. And he was really the one that kind of took me like under his wing and really showed me like, you know, what it really takes to be successful in like marketing and sales. And so after like a couple years, we did like, I had worked there, I believe, 2 years, and then I'd built out their social media department. So I had kind of built out the whole like kind of infrastructure for helping them get business through like Instagram, through like Facebook, running ads, like all this kind of stuff. And so after about 2 years, I'd gotten really good at it, and I decided like I really wanted to take that leap of faith. And start my own agency. I felt really confident that I could do it, and it was scary. I mean, because I was just ending off college, and you know, I had like, you know, very little money at that time, so it was very scary at that time. And but I took the leap of faith, and one of my first clients, who we still work with now, he was a loan officer, and so he was my first client that I had ever gotten. And I remember that he specifically wanted us to run leads for him, so we did Facebook ads and all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, something that we still do now, is we generate leads, and like we do like recruiting loan officers, but we were running ads. And I remember that he had mentioned to me that, oh, like the reason he wanted to do ads was because he wanted to get more referral partners. So then that's where I got the idea, because when I started talking to more loan officers, right, I was having more like calls with them. I noticed that was like a recurring pattern. Like there was really no one in the marketplace at that time that was offering a service where, you know, they just do it for them, right? There was a lot of like kind of coaches and, you know, that are in the industry that kind of coach on like, you know, get realtor partners, do the cold calls, do the 50 cold calls every week, like all that kind of stuff. But there was really no one that would just do it like for them. So that's where I got the idea of like, why don't I just do it for them? Like I'm really like, one of my strengths is like being able to generate appointments, generate leads, all that kind of stuff. So that's where I just started doing it for our client. And that first week, I remember he was already talking to about 3 realtors. He's in California, so that's kind of like a very competitive market. So he was really impressed, and that's really like, he was really the first client that we had for like the referral program. And so it just kind of took off from there. You know, we started like advertising it a lot more on social media, on LinkedIn, all this kind of stuff, and it really took off. There was a lot of demand for it, this kind of service. And
let's say if I want to, let's say in the next few weeks or whatever, I want to switch to a campaign where to bring realtors.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Is that something? Is a brand new setup, or how would that work out?
No.
If I want to switch from recruiting loan officers to bringing in realtors, what do you suggest? You know, making the first contact, talking to them, and then maybe lunch or coffee. Yeah. What do you suggest?
So right now we're doing the recruiting loan officers for you. We're doing the recruiting campaign for you. So it'd be a fairly like easy transition, because we already have the appointment center that I have right now is already trained for both recruiting and also for referral partners. Because I know that was something that you had talked to me like when we had first started working together. You said, yeah, you want to get like recruiting loan officers, but you also want to get, more referral partners. So the appointment setter is already trained. They already know what to do. They've done, they've worked with other clients too.
Okay.
So it'd be a fairly easy transition. It would just be a matter of, telling them what areas, when you want to start getting the appointments, and it'd be fairly easy transition. The only, as far as like the setup of like the calls you mentioned is like, what I usually find works best is like having a 15-minute call first where you kind of just get to know them. So just have like what I call like a discovery call, where you just kind of find out a little bit about the realtor, see if they're even a good fit, if your personalities get along. And then you have like a second either Zoom call, which is like probably around like 45 minutes, or since let's say we do a campaign that's like local here to Orlando, it could be someone where you bring them into the office and then you kind of show them around and show like, hey, this is what we can do for you. Because I think what you have here set up, like it's extremely professional setup, and so you can bring in a realtor and say,
I usually offer them free studio time. They can come, bring their podcast, bring their team members, they bring their partners. Don't bring mortgage company, because that's what I am.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. So and that works. And for my guys, for my current MLOs, they bring their realtor partners. We had the setup. They bring 4 people. I'm planning to probably put 2 mics over there, so we have 6 people talking. And we had the control room on the other side, so a producer doesn't have to be here. What I do is cool is that I control it through here. So pretty much I'm self-sustained. I can do my own shows. Usually I'm starting on Monday. I'm gonna be doing more shows, and this is a good eye candy and good catch for the realtor.
It's a good value proposition. I have one client who he has a studio in his office. I don't know if it's like this right here, but he has like a backdrop and he has like a professional camera and everything. And what he does is he brings in the realtors and he shows them around the office, gives them a little tour, and then he brings them to the studio room and he says like, hey, like, this is what we've been doing for our realtor partners. We're going to help you with your social media. And that's one where like a lot of realtors struggle with social media. So if like, whoever in the audience is listening now, like that could be something that you could offer to your realtor partners, because a lot of them really struggle with social media. And so if you have something that you can give to them that's unique and that other loan officers don't have, then that's always like the best thing to show them in that initial meeting that you have with them.
Yeah, correct. And is any way, shape or form to see if they're producing? I know with loan originators, you go to assistant and you verify production. Is it possible to do the same thing with realtors, or that's more?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So basically what we do is like when we reach out, we basically gather like a list from a system called MMI. So what we do is when we book,
is that for realtors or for MLO?
For realtors, yeah, because you can check both.
Cool.
Yeah, you can check both.
Nice.
Realtors and loan officers you can check on there. So basically what we do first is we generate the appointment. And so we have a realtor that says, yes, I am open to talking with Marvin. Let's set up an appointment. So the appointment center will then book the appointment. And then what we do is we go on MMI and we check their production and make sure that it actually fits with what you're looking to do, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you're looking for like, 6+ buyer sides. Like they have to have at least 6 buyer sides or more. So we check on MMI. We can see not only how many buyer sides they've done in like, let's say the last 14 months, but we can even see, for example, like the lenders that they've worked with in the past. So maybe they have like a specific lender that they've worked with that is like their primary guy, or maybe there's several other lenders.
So you'll be able to tell me who they're using as a lender currently or in the past?
On MMI, it shows how many they have. So maybe if we look at their last, let's say 6 transactions and it's all like one lender, that they probably wouldn't agree to an appointment. But if it's like 3 different lenders that they have, then that's probably a good idea. Like we probably have a good chance that you would be able to partner with them because like they use a lot of people.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Ah, nice. Wow. Yeah, I'm probably looking into probably in the next few weeks transitioning to get more realtors so that way we can get more loans in. Because let me tell you, it's as slow as hell.
That's the number one thing I always hear.
It is really, really, really slow.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that I hear.
It has to do with, I mean, prices went up really, really high, and rates pretty much doubled from this time last year.
Yeah.
It went from the 3s, 2.5, 3 to
5, 6s.
I'm the 6s right now.
Wow.
6s. So it's a little different market. I mean, we're trying to do our best.
Yeah.
Especially me, that I was out for building Morflex for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So I haven't touched a loan since 2019 before COVID. And then we had COVID, and that was another thing. It's like, oh my God.
Affected the mortgage
So I'm going back to the grind. I'm going back to originated loans. I'm helping here the team. We have about 14 MLOs right now. Trying to build it to about 20 or so. We'll see. And but it's just really slow right now. Really, really slow.
Yeah, that's the number one thing we hear from a lot of loan officers that we hop on the call with is that's the number one thing they say, like realtors are slowed down, like everything is just slowed down as of the last year.
Yeah. If realtors are slow, imagine mortgage company, because we refinance right up, so we don't have any refi because nobody wants to refinance. I had a call yesterday. The guy was at, I think he was at 2.5. And I told him, no, I mean, why would you want to be on the 6s right now? No, it's not worth
Triple,
it.
yeah.
It's pretty much double and a quarter or more. So pretty much we're little by little, we're building, doing campaigns. We have a Google campaign going with leads. That's what I'm going to do after, call those leads that we got through Google. Through LeapUp, so we'll see. I know a lot of people apply, and then I know we have them in their system on an automatic campaign, but you call them, oh, I'm busy, can I call you back? They never call, so it's something that you have to continuously be.
It definitely is one of those where it's helpful to have like an appointment setter on there. What I found to work, like even though the market is slow right now, like there are still people like buying houses. So kind of what we found to be the best combination is like being able to like generate leads, and so generating buyer leads, and then also having like the referral partnership channel as well. So like having the Google ads, and then also reaching out to the realtors.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, and that's probably. I'll give it a couple of more weeks to the realtor campaign, to the MLO campaign, and then we'll switch it to, because I think people to make change decisions, especially in this market. A lot of people are comfortable. We have a very aggressive compensation plan, one of the highest in the States. We go sometimes 220, 225 basis points. Which
that's up there.
That's a lot. But I think maybe getting good realtor leads and stuff like that, it can help us a lot, help us in the production and make more money, and obviously close more loans. That's what Innotiva wants, and that's what the company wants. In terms of Morflex, I mean, we're hitting, I think we have 75,000 downloads in the last 3 years, which is not bad. We average anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 views every month.
Wow.
So it's pretty decent, pretty cool. I mean, for something niche that we haven't put a dime. I haven't put a penny on marketing.
It's all organic.
It's all organic.
It's crazy.
I had a board, and we had a board, and through the board and me, we were splitting the work. So it's pretty fun, entertaining. Gilberto, and what else can you recommend these loan officers and these realtors on a slow market? What do you suggest for them to do?
Yeah, so the number one thing I would say for loan officers was the strategy that I just mentioned right now is having a channel, number one, for going direct to consumer, whether that's like organic or paid, because organic still brings in business. I have one client who like specifically only does Instagram Reels out of all things. So like Instagram Reels, which are kind of like TikToks, they're like, let's say 15-second videos. And basically what that does is it reaches a lot of people in the area, and they'll reach out, and people get business from that. So, you know, having a direct to consumer channel is really, really important. That's one of the things we show our clients is like how to generate, once they come in and we show them how to get referral partners, we also show them how to go in there and like organically get business through like Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. But if they do have like the resources for it, the paid channel is a really good one where they can do like what you're doing, right? Like Google ads, Facebook ads. And even for you, like you gotta have an appointment setter on there because, you know, oftentimes it's hard for a producing loan officer to like be able to like jump on the leads and like, you know, call the leads, because oftentimes what I've seen and what I've experienced is that the first time you call, they're just not gonna pick up. If you text them, they might not pick up. It takes like 7 to 12 touch points usually. I would say 5 to 12 touch points to really get in front of them, right? So you have to hit them with like a text, an email, like a call. And for someone who's a producing loan officer, that's just not doable. Like you need to have someone that's like really jumping on those, especially if you're generating more than like, let's say 30 plus leads per month. It could get very hard to manage and keep track of all of those. So that's number one. What I would recommend is like having some sort of direct to consumer channel, whether it's organic and doing like Instagram videos, and then having the referral partnership channel as well, where you're doing the outreach to get realtors in. If
I'm doing that through, let's say I'm doing through lead pops, they go Google, they do it to Google lead pops, and from there it goes to a CRM that I have. Can you manage that outside of your outside? If I give you example, I give you access to that CRM. It's through it's a white label through high
level. Yeah, high level is really great.
It's a white label through high. I think it's Dealsly. The name is Dealsly. Yeah. And I have leads. If I give you access to that, with a VA be able to call them and start harassing them and call them?
I don't know about harassing. But.
Yeah, not harassing, but hey, pick up the freaking phone. Jeez. So I probably rather outsource that. You already have built that. I just give you a high level and maybe put another VA or maybe the same VA and just hitting those people. What do you suggest?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, if you already have the Go High Level CRM and you have campaigns going out, we could probably like customize those a little bit more. Like we have some really good ones that work. So having like a text campaign, an email campaign, and also having the VA plugged in so that they can start calling up all the leads. Because usually what we find is like you have to call them like within 5 minutes. If they don't pick up, you have the text going out, you have the voicemail drop, you have the emails going out later on that day, and like they keeps following up with them. Mm-hmm. But if they don't respond to like, let's say the text or the email or the voicemail, then you still have the appointment setter that's going to call them up, and that's like the best one, right? Because once they call them up, they can qualify them, right? Because that's how I know a lot of people that do like lead gen and stuff, they kind of say like, oh, it's just like low quality stuff. They need to have some sort of like filter, right? Some sort of thing that will like really get the quality up. And it can be done through like the funnel, or it could be done through an appointment setter qualifying them. So they'll ask them about the credit score, they'll ask them about the time frame. And if they're qualified, they'll then transfer it on to you, where you take over and then you pre-approve them.
That has to be through your own high-level account, or can I give you access to that particular?
It could be either. Some of our clients, they're pretty tech savvy like you, so they'll have a high-level account, and you know they'll give us access. Yeah. Or we can set it up on our Go High Level and then give you access to it so that we can run it through that.
Yeah, because these people had they already had the campaigns and everything set up. So it's just with them was plug and play. So that way, I get the leads through Google, but I don't have time. I'm managing here, helping with the brokerage, doing the studio. I'm trying to program a few shows, different shows, starting next week. So I just don't have time. I'd rather give it to you, give you access. We can set it up now after we do this.
Definitely.
Boom, give you access and had your BA or my same BA or another BA do the calls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're on a podcast like this, right, and then like someone calls, like let's say now, right, you wouldn't be able to like go in there and call them up.
Yeah, and I had the automated phone thing where they call that person. I just go to voicemail because I don't have the time.
Yeah, exactly. So then that's where like you could lose a lead, right? Because if it's a hot lead, they're probably like really looking to speak to someone. So it could go to like some other lender that's in Orlando, right? So that's where we have to like really make sure that there's someone that like all they do is just like get on top of those.
Quick.
Quick. Super quick.
And that same BA is the one that is going to set up the appointments?
So basically they're trained. We have like the 3 different types of campaigns that we run. Like our main one and like what we're known for is the referral partner outreach. But we also have like a recruiting campaign where we reach out to recruit loan officers. Right. That's the one that you're on. And then also we have our lead gen campaign. That's where like we generate the buyer leads. Mm-hmm. And then we have the VAs that will go in there and start like calling them up. So they're trained up. What we'll do is just basically train them up for the buyer leads and for the referral partner stuff. Well, yours is already trained for referral partner. Yeah. Just train them on buyer leads so that once you do get like, let's say the campaign going with Google, we can just have them.
Yeah, it's already going.
Oh, it's already going.
Yeah, okay. I had probably 25, 30 leads already there hot. It's just I don't have time to touch.
In 1 month or in what time frame?
It was a few weeks.
Okay, just a couple weeks. That's a good campaign.
In I would say about a month or so. It's through Lead Pops.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew Pollack.
A lot of our clients use that as well. I'm familiar with Lead Pops. Google is really good because it has like really high intent. It's like people that are actively looking for.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like Facebook. They're just gonna see their family members, picture, friends, stuff like that. They just on Google they just go in and pinpoint whatever they want. So what I'll do is once we finish here, I'll show you, give you access, so that way you guys can take it over and start calling them and hitting them and making appointments. So that way, because I had that rolling in, I want to set up also we'll see the recruiting. Let's give it a few more weeks to see if I bring a couple of them. That one I gotta put myself to it too, calling them, because it's the same thing. I mean, you might get in the calendar, you call them, they're not available, they call you back, they never do. So I gotta start hitting them. That one has to be a little bit more, because I know what to offer. Yeah. So that's what I'm planning. That's what I'm planning to do. Probably today I'll call a few out of the appointments that we have. So we'll see. But definitely I want to do the lead pops, so that way you guys can call
the buyer lead gen. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I think with the recruiting campaign too, if you give it about, let's say like 10 to 15 showed calls that you have with like loan officers that do want to make the switch, I think from there you should be able to get like 1 or 2. Just because like the way like when the appointment setter reaches out, like they have to like get someone who's like really interested. So like they actually have to say like, yes, I am looking to switch to another make the switch, or I'm looking to explore my opportunities. So if they say yes, then they'll get booked in with you. So all of those appointments you have, they're like with loan officers that are actually like interested.
Okay. So I'm gonna call everybody today. Yeah, I have I had probably like 7-8 appointments between last week and coming up. So, all right, my friend Gilbert, anything else that you wanna tell us? That you want suggestions?
Yeah, one of the things
we'll do how to contact you, and I'll put it on the show notes, so it'll be in the show notes. What else do you?
Yeah, one of the things that we've been testing out recently, and this is, at the time of this recording now, it's January. So one of the things that we've been testing since like, I would say late December is actually using personalized video outreach. And that's one thing that's been like working really well for like all of our channels. Like for example, like when we reach out to potential referral partners like realtors, that's one thing that's been working like really well. Is having some sort of personalized video that we help the client create, because when we have some sort of like personalized thing that goes out to the realtors, like it really stands out. And what we've noticed is the appointments that we get from that are usually the ones that don't respond to like our calls or our emails or a text, but they do respond to that video because it's something that like just kind of they see that it's personalized, and they see that it's actually something that they took the time to do, and they just really respond really well to it. So I think in 2023, like one of the things that's really, really most effective is like having like a next level of personalization when it comes to like growing your partnerships, and also having a very like unique what I call a partnership proposition. So having something kind of like kind of what you have here, right? Like because we've noticed ever since the rates hiked, there was like it became harder to get loan officers realtor appointments, and that's where we made it like almost mandatory for each one of our clients to have some sort of like unique partnership proposition. We even help them with that too. Like we help them with constructing that unique value proposition so that when we do reach out to the realtors, it stands out from like all the other loan officers that are cold calling them, because it's something that's unique. It's something of value, right? If we reach out for you saying like, hey, we can help you with your social media, it's a lot different than a loan officer saying, hey, let's grab coffee. I want to, explore, talking with you about, like it just doesn't work as well. There needs to be like a good reason, especially for like the, let's say mid to top tier realtors. Those are one of the things that, it really will stand out and get more meetings. And you can do it without having to do like co-marketing, without having to like, necessarily buy them leads and all that stuff. You just need to sound different and provide some sort of value that's unique and different from other loan officers.
So what I do is I create a video with my unique value proposition. It could be, use the studio for free. When we do your mortgage, you're more than welcome to use it. Bring your realtor team members, your office, and build it on a video and send it out. You send it via email and text, or just email?
Yeah, so text and email has been the main one. So what the appointment setter will do is they'll reach out to each one of the realtors. So we put a very customized list of like, let's say the top realtors in Orlando, like the top guys that are doing like, let's say like anywhere from like 15 plus buyer side, 10 plus buyer sides. So we put together that list, and then with that video, the appointment center will reach out and send that video to them. And we've seen that that's really gotten a really good response rate. When they hop on with our clients, they'll usually say things like, I usually don't respond to these types of calls, but I just really like, your approach. I really like how you reached out to me. It was very unique. So things like that, any way that you can differentiate yourself, especially in this market right now, that everyone is reaching out to realtors, it's going to make a big difference.
Okay. Well, let me, I want to do that. I want to plan it. And so that way when we switch to the realtor marketing, instead of just sending a regular test, we'll send a video.
Yeah, I think with your setup here, it's going to be like a very like high quality video. Like with the entire setup, the mic and everything. I think it'll do really well. Yeah,
I'll produce a nice video. Probably me talking here, and then I switch to B-rolls through the studio.
Yeah.
And talking about our loan programs, and you can use the studio. And also we have more flicks which you can have your own channel and stream your content. So I'll hit all the points in about a minute or so.
I think even when they see the video and like they see like the quality of the video, the mic setup, like everything that they have, they're gonna be like, whoa, like, this is different. Like, that in itself, just the video and the quality of the video is gonna make like a big difference, I find.
Yeah, let's bring some loans. All right, my friend Gilberto. You go, because I have friends that go Gilbert, we call him Gilbert, from Puerto Rico. Where are you from?
My parents are from Mexico. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm from here. I was born here in the US. Okay. My parents are
but
from
you're Mexican descent.
Yeah, Mexican descent. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So usually they'll call me Gilberto,
muchacho. Yeah, I have a friend Gilberto from Puerto Rico, and we call him Gilbert or Gilberto.
Yeah, or Gil. That's another one that people call me. Yeah. Gil.
Hi, my friend. Well, any last words?
No, I mean, I appreciate you having on here and just having a chat about, our work together and what we're doing with the recruiting campaign, having a chat about our business. For anyone that wants to reach out and is at all interested in getting more referral partnerships, feel free to reach out to maverickmedialab.com, or you can send me an email at gilberto@maverickmedialab.com, or feel free to shoot me a text to my number 323-517-3863, and we can have a chat about how we can help you.
Yeah, I'll put that in the show notes so that way everybody will have it. And my friends, thank you for being here on another Industry Partner Tuesdays. This will be airing broadcasting soon on Moreflix Media, and all the apps, Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and everything else. We're about 19 apps, and it'll be broadcasting pretty soon. Once I get a few things, I edit the video, get the thumbnails, and everything else. We can have it out pretty soon, and I'll send it to you once I have it.
Love it.
All right, my friends. See you soon. This was Marvin Colon for Moreflix Media, and talk to you all soon.